I'm actually using my cell phone to record the video on this as we're live streaming. I don't know if it's going to work or not, so I'm going to check it. Of course, Mark is telling me over there that it's working fine. So we'll see. I'm going to look to see what I look like. See if I'm streaming right now. Oh yeah, look at there.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. That is super cool. Is there feedback on sound? Are we good? Nope. All righty. So we have Alan Lowe. I may have to turn this in here because this is the only way I'm going to be able to see that we're there. Look
Yeah.
at there, Alan. Check us out.
Hi, us.
Alan Lowe for Palm Coast City Council District 2.
Yes,
Palm Coast City Council. Even though I know you, Alan, I still have to write this stuff down.
that's okay.
Okay. All right. We're going to go in. I'm sitting up here with my laptop like it's actually working. It's not really working, but I don't know why I can't get this thing to work. But now that I know my phone is doing this, I may not do
Yeah,
it
it's
from
a
my
lot easier to carry the phone.
Well, it's a lot easier to carry the phone and it's a lot clearer too. All right. You ready? We're going to go in.
You are now tuned in to Today with Pastor Jay on WNZF News Radio, where we discuss inspiring and informative news. And now here's your host, Pastor Jerlyn Denny.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Sunday morning to all of you. What a great and wonderful day it is to be alive. I'm grateful, thankful, and blessed in this hour as always. So my guest, my special guest, who has been a guest, you're like family now. 'Cause
Several times,
You've
yeah.
been on my radio show several times over the past 2
Couple of
years.
2 years, yeah.
Yeah, past couple of years, which is something else because it's Alan Lowe. If you don't recognize the voice, you probably have seen
Yeah.
a sign here and there. Alan Lowe has run for dog catcher. No, I'm just joking.
No.
No dog catcher.
Not
Maybe
not
seem
yet,
like that.
though.
'Cause
Well,
is it
you
a
know.
pony show in Palm Coast? Because you're running for Palm Coast City Council. Don't answer that question.
Okay, I'll
He-
be nice.
He never said that.
No.
I was saying that in jest. Right.
Yes.
Yes. So you're running for
City Council.
City Council District 2.
Yes.
Alan Lowe.
But remember now, no matter where you live in the city, you can vote for all districts. So it doesn't mean if
You
you
just
live
have
in
to
dis-
live in Palm Coast.
just have to live in Palm Coast, right?
Just have to live in Palm Coast. But your first entrance on the scene in politics was during 2020. You
Yes.
just decided, hey, I'm going to run for
mayor back then.
mayor.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I ran for mayor because mayor was the only seat open, and I wanted to run for an office. So
Okay.
I ran for mayor, and it was an enormous learning experience, and darn if I didn't almost win.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad. You're not a politician.
No, I'm
you
not a
might be
politician.
one now.
No,
I can
no.
tell you this. I've spoken to several people and they've asked me questions and I would ask them a question, something about the city council or what's going on in Palm Coast or where's this and where's that and what happened to that. And you know what people always tell me? Ask Alan Lowe.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I
because-
try to be up on
Because
everything.
you have been to almost all of the city council meetings. And I'm going
Yes.
to say almost all. I'll say
Almost.
99%.
Yeah.
If you do an average and do a percentage, over 99%, because there's probably just a handful that you've missed over the past few years. You've immersed yourself into city on the Palm Coast of city, blah, 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 blah. Thank you. You've immersed yourself into Palm Coast
Yes.
where the city is. Nope, that's stupid too. You've immersed yourself into what's going on in the city of Palm Coast.
Yes,
So
I have.
much so that people are telling me now that you know more than a lot of people.
Well, I've been here, 39 years now. This past March marked 39 years.
Mm-hmm.
Came down, worked for my dad. So I have been immersed in Palm Coast all this time. And then I decided to jump in.
Started to jump in the race.
Yeah.
How cool. How
Well,
cool is that? So
it has
that
been.
you've had your share of I would never, if I ever thought, which I never thought about running for any type of political office, but I'm going to tell you right now, if I ever considered or thought about it, you caused me to change my mind, not because of anything that you have done, but because of all that you have been through. You are the most beat up candidate I have ever seen. People have
well-
come out the woodworks to make up lies about you, to come up with some crazy stories about you.
I learn stuff about me every day.
Stuff you didn't know,
I
right?
never knew it.
But you continue to persevere. You just continue to fight through all of that. So in 2020, you ran for mayor.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't work out.
It didn't work out, and
And instead of going away,
I never went away.
You never went away.
No, I lost that race by a small margin, but I lost the race, and I was at the next city council meeting after that because I didn't jump in this just to play in politics or whatever. I jumped in this because I honestly think I can help the city, and so I'm not like other candidates that when they lose the race they disappear until the next election shows up and they throw their name in the hat again. I never stopped.
You never stopped. Not only didn't you stop, you endured things, slanderous things, like you were a criminal, which you are not.
No, and I've posted
which is funny.
check.
You went and pulled your own background check because
Yeah.
you were like, wait a minute, is there something going on I don't know anything about? Pulled your own background check, posted it online.
Yeah.
No one should have to go through that.
No, and but if somebody's going to say something, then I'll prove it's either correct or it's wrong. I've made mistakes in my life, and I own every one of them. But if it's a lie, I'm going to prove it's a lie.
That's one of my pet peeves. Lie on me or lie to me. I just, come on. It doesn't even make any sense. Then how about the part about you being a racist? I mean, there were...
Yeah, they tried that one too.
I went, okay. Is every white person a racist? That's
in some people's minds, and if they're not, then they'll try to make them. It just, if you can't beat somebody's platform, you try to beat somebody up. Because if you can get the public to believe there's something wrong with the person, then it doesn't matter what their platform is. They'll just look in a different direction.
There was someone said, "Oh, I have a problem." We're going to talk about all of this because my show is like, let's just talk about it. Let's get the facts straight,
Sure,
right?
that's it. That's why I love coming on your show.
You like coming on your show? I'm just going to get the facts straight. Look, I've made phone calls to people that have said some crazy stuff and say, hey, now say it. And they go, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I'll just put them on the spot. People, they have that whisper campaign. But
Keyboard
your
warriors.
heart for Palm Coast, you've been here for over 30 years, over 35, 38
39
years.
now.
39 years, almost 40 years in Palm Coast. You jumped in. One of the things I find interesting is like, oh, you never voted before until you voted for yourself. Well, if you don't love you, who gonna love you? If you don't believe in yourself, who gonna believe in you? But not just that. My husband had never really been involved and never voted before until the 2020 election. Does that make him less of a person?
Obviously not. It makes it. You know what?
A lot of people.
I looked at it as when it didn't matter what party. Once they got in, everything was the same. Government grew, spending grew, nothing changed, and it was that way until the Trump election. And then I saw a change. And then I realized maybe votes can make a difference. And I jumped in.
That I admire you for that. I really do. Just to step out, to be beat up. So mayor, then city council, then mayor, now we're city council
City
again.
council again,
And
yeah.
you've been knocking on doors, and I'm sure someone said, you again?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've had people say, "Oh, you're back again." Yeah, but that's just it. I mean, I go out and knock on. I've knocked on. Now we're coming up on 2,000 doors so far this time around, and a lot of them are the same doors that I knocked on before, and I've heard the same thing again, that no other city candidate has knocked on their doors for this race. So I'm willing to put the work in. I am putting the work in, and I've always put the work in.
And you have educated yourself on what's going on in Palm Coast. You've made a point to immerse yourself in what's happening with city council, be involved, and be the voice of the people. And for that, I admire you, Alan Lowe. I really do. I really and truly do. I've spent some private time with you, and your heart is just so right for people. Listen, we're not perfect. None of us are.
No.
But to see your energy, it impresses me. It really impresses
coming from
me.
you, that's a huge statement, because I've met nobody in this world that can even keep up with your shadow.
My husband says the Energizer Bunny will run out of batteries. The Energizer Bunny can't keep up with me.
I agree.
It's not, and you can absolutely understand the statement. What we do, what I do, what you do, what everyone else do, when God calls you to do it, it's not work. You love doing it,
exactly.
and you're impassioned by God's people and the cause and the purpose He has placed in you. That's what's different. But this time around, you're pulling out some heavy things, and we're going to talk about that. We've got to take a break. You just said, you know what? If y'all going to talk about me, you're going to talk about somebody else too. We're going to talk about one of your endorsements when we come back. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. You're listening to Today with Pastor Jay. needed to take that break because this other conversation needs some time. Where am I on time so I can kind of get an idea? Oh, so that was perfect. We did good. All right, you ready?
Mhm.
Welcome back. Welcome back. You are listening to Today with Pastor Jay, and I have my sponsor, Alan Lowe for Palm Coast City Council District
Yes.
2, sitting here in the chair. I say my sponsor because you're sponsoring this show,
Yes, I am.
which I'm grateful for, because got to pay the bills. But
Yeah.
what better way to have someone who doesn't give up to sponsor a show for someone else who doesn't give up?
That's
So,
right. Good team.
good team. Can't argue with that. Cannot argue with that. So before the break, I alluded to heavy hitter. There was a big, huge thing talking about you're not an American citizen anymore.
No.
There was a huge lie talking about some Oklahoma bombing. I can't remember what it is, but you know what? I'm one of those. Let's just uncover it. Let's talk about it. I'm one of those that, hey, I'll tell you about me before somebody else tell you about me. And you're transparent like that, which I
Yeah.
admire. I really do admire. But you've put the work in. You're not just coming out from the outside saying, I'm going to run. You have put the work in. You know more about Palm Coast City Council than a lot of people. Not everybody,
No,
but
of course not.
you know, a lot more than me. And so much so, people think that you're an authoritarian on what's happening here. But you got an endorsement. And I want you to tell me about this endorsement, and then I'm going to talk about it.
Well, I was actually blown away by it. And, I've been blessed to meet a whole bunch of really great people. And Palm Coast has some really great people living in it. One of them that I've met and I'm proud to call a friend is a gentleman named David Valinsky, who happens to be Oliver North's chief of staff, Lieutenant Colonel Oliver North's
Wow.
chief of staff. And I was invited,
Retired.
retired, yes.
Yeah.
I was invited to go down to the Heroes Festival down at the Speedway. What was it, about 3 weeks ago now? And for the Vietnam vets and so forth. And Oliver North came down for a book signing. I spent the day with Oliver North, and part of the day, Sheriff Staley was there too, helping out with getting books ready for Oliver North to sign. It was really a really great day. And I got to know Mr. North, and man, he's 78 years old, and he stood there signing books from roughly 3 p.m. The show ended at 9. He wouldn't leave until everybody in that line was signed and had a book. So I would say from 3 p.m. to probably 10:15 at night, no water, no bathroom break, no food, nothing. Stood there, no chair, and signed
What?
books all that time. It blew me away. The man is amazing. And then
You were able to talk with them.
I
and
talked
he was
with him.
able to
He asked me a
talk with
bunch of
you
questions.
about your character, how you feel about America.
Everything.
Everything.
Every part. And then I was fortunate enough to
Did
go.
you tell them about the accusations of what people were telling?
Yeah.
You discussed all of that
All
too.
that.
All of it.
And then I was fortunate enough to be with the group that brought him back to his hotel room in Orlando. So I spent all that ride time from Daytona to Orlando with him. And he invited us all into his hotel room where we sat and talked some more. And
So this was like a thorough
oh yeah,
vetting.
yes it was.
I don't
Yes
know,
it
I don't know
was.
if I could have
Well,
all that.
he told us some stories of his wartime, and and asked questions. It was really, really, really
and he's
great
very
time.
well respected
yes.
in this nation.
He
He's a hero.
he's a hero. He's a hero.
He's
He's definitely
an
a
American
hero.
hero.
When he took the stage at the festival down there, the entire place erupted for him. It was crazy. But then, roughly a week later, in my email, I get an endorsement from him.
You were endorsed
Yes,
by the
he-
American hero,
Oliver North,
Oliver
Lieutenant Colonel Oliver
retired.
North.
Oliver
Yes,
North.
and he sent me a video.
That's huge
endorsement. Yeah, it
for
was- it
someone
was
that's
amazing.
saying that you're anti-American.
Ah.
You this, you that, all that other kind. It kind of like just went out the window. It went poof.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was. A very well respected military man looked past the lies and endorsed me.
Ha. How does that make you feel right now?
Oh,
I mean, after 2 years of everything,
well, there was no room in my back for any more knives, so I was grateful that he pulled a few out. Yeah.
did it give you another boost of confidence in
Yes,
your
it did.
run for office?
Yes, it did. Because, it's always nice to have some type of positive reinforcement. And that
Mm,
was huge.
mm.
That was really huge. It was amazing.
So what's next? What do you see as the growing issues here in Palm Coast?
Well,
Let's ask you because
okay.
apparently you're
Well,
the authoritarian on what's happening in Palm Coast. I mean, you knew. I mean, the splash pad.
uh,
Okay, you don't want to talk about that. But I mean, is this still broken?
yes.
How much money did we spend on that?
I think it was, don't quote me on the exact number, but somewhere around 5 million.
And it's broken. It's hot outside. All right, so we got a
Yeah.
broken splash pad. People
And
concerned about
it's potentially going into litigation with the contractors to either get it fixed or bulldoze it over.
that. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know where it'll go.
All right. Okay. So what else is going on? Oh, how
Well-
about these raises?
Well,
I'm glad you. I know if I were you, I'd be like, I'm so glad I'm not sitting on the city council right now,
that
having
was,
to deal with that.
That was good timing on my part for not being there. But okay, so
That's
this,
a hard job. They only get
it is-
paid how much?
Well, originally for city council, it was roughly $9,600 a year, not a month. And there was, phone benefits and a couple other things. Let's say it got up to around 11,000 for city council, and probably about 12 or 13,000 for mayor. Well, those prices were set when we had a population somewhere around 30 or 40,000, and now we're cresting 100,000. So the workload has increased. So let's say that potentially there was a need for a little more pay for compensation for the extra time. I proposed on the very day that it was announced that they were going to do a 360 some odd % raise, which was outrageous in my mind. I proposed that maybe we go back and 20 years in time at the $9,600 a year rate, add a 3% cost of living increase, and compound it up to today, and it comes out to about $17,000. And then it was 3% from then on, and I don't think that people really would have been too upset with that. But they wanted to jump up to around $40,000.
I think it's worth it. I'm gonna tell you right now. If I was in any type of elected office, having to deal with people, I've seen some
Well-
of these videos. Even though you don't see me at the city council meetings, I watch them online. Those of you who don't know, you can watch these meetings online. School board, I watch them online, and people have 3 minutes to come up there to tell you about yourself, and it's not. I mean,
Oh, they take abuse.
they take a lot of abuse. The city council, the mayor, they take tons of abuse. Some could be warranted, some not. That's not my opinion. But I'm going to tell you right now, I've seen some of these people come up there to the podium for their 3 minutes, and the whole time I'm watching it, I'm going, please don't say my name. Please don't, please don't say my name. I mean, it's like, because they be calling out everybody.
Everybody.
The cat, the dog, the frog, the hog,
Yep.
It is your fault.
But
So I'm thinking,
if we
yeah.
were going to go to that amount of money, then I think there should be an office set up for the city. There is an
We
office, but it's
should've-
shared. But an office set up for city council that they can be there a certain amount of time, pretty
Makes
much every
sense.
day, and then go out and be in the community for a couple hours or whatever, pretty much every day.
The
And
residents of Palm Coast should have something to do with what type
Yes.
of raise that they get. Can we vote on that? I mean, how
well,
does that work?
It's
It's
in the
not
ordinance
charter?
right now.
I knew you know
Yep.
the ordinance. Here we go.
It's in the ordinance right
How
now.
many times have you read that ordinance? That's like your little.
Well, yeah,
That's
I can't tell you the ordinance number, but the city council is allowed to vote itself a raise.
Okay.
There is a petition out that wanted to change that to make it have to go on the ballot each time, and I think I was one of the first people to sign that petition. I agree that you should be able to peacefully and properly protest anything. I don't think you should be able to be violent or make disturbances or things like that. But a petition going around is exactly the right way to try to do things, to get it on the ballot, to be able to discuss it
Well, that's significant amount of change. I
in
believe,
one shot.
in one shot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work working on city council. The hours that you have to put in, just watching the stuff.
Oh yeah,
Just
they get a
watching it.
packet of 300 to 400 pages that they have
Yeah.
a couple of days to read and digest and ask questions of staff before the next meeting. So there's a lot of work that goes into it. I'm not going to take that away at all, but and I kind of blame it on previous administrations, because why wait? What was it, 15 years, I think, since the last raise? Why not have 15 years ago put some kind of minor yearly increase in it so that we wouldn't have this issue today?
Well, I would say something, but if I say it, they're going to say you're saying it, so I'm not even going to get. I'm not going to say it, even though it's in my mind. Lord, forgive me, but I have a theory, but we will not be sharing theories today. So, what else do you believe that's going on here. That's happening.
Well,
here.
I'm completely in favor of cutting taxes
Oh.
and searching through the budget for any wasteful spending that might be there, because we now have hyperinflation. We have, everybody knows, unbelievable gasoline prices and so forth, and the cost of living for our large senior population that we have here on a fixed income
It's
is
hard.
getting strangled.
It is. It's challenging to live here.
But we also have an issue in that we've been underfunded for our road maintenance for years. There was a city council meeting a few weeks ago where it was discussed that the budget really should be around $8 million a year for road repair, and we're at, I think it was 1.6 million. So we are severely under budgeted there. Everybody complains about the swales and drainage and so forth like that, but we only have a few swale teams, and we don't have the funds to increase the swale teams to fix the problem. So we're underfunded in areas, and we want to cut taxes, and now there's hyperinflation, and honestly, I don't know which way things are going to go.
You don't know. Well, apparently you're very well educated about what's going on, and hopefully you'll be part of the team to help make these decisions. And
Well, I
you'll-
would love to be, and I would love everybody's support on that, because I will go through the budget, and I will look for wasteful spending, and I will fight for the people to keep the costs
Might
down.
be a box of pens in the back room that somebody spent 10 grand on. You never know. All right,
yeah.
we got to take another break. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. You're listening to Today with Pastor Jay. Over 600 books? That is cool. I would have cried if I had gotten something in the mail, an email or mail or anything from anyone. I'm always, when someone says, give you like a pat on the back, like, I see what you do.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I took it. That was kind of cool, especially when we were talking about you're anti-American, you're bomb.
Yeah, that's such a bunch of crap.
Whatever. I don't know. It's just so much. Everybody just need to run their own race.
Stay in your lane.
Stay in. You know, I'm a huge advocate for stay in your lane. Huge about that. And the other one is, if you have something to say, come say it to me to my face.
Yeah, well, they don't do that. They play,
Yeah,
they write
but
letters
you know
and
what?
things.
Yeah, we're just going to be positive
Exactly.
and just keep on. Everybody run their race. Anyone that gets involved, surprised about. I'm happy for them. Don't know that I can do it. How much time I have? 2-3 minutes left. Okay. Okay. Ready. Want to give a thank you and shout out to Jill Woolbright for Flagless Schools and Steve Verrier, TheFloridaMortgageCenter.com, for sponsoring Today with Pastor Jay. Oh, that is kind of cool. Got some sponsors, and I'm grateful for it. People that are just forward thinking, that love life and love people. So we only have a couple of minutes left. You are in it. You're in the thick of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just this
And you always
actually
have a
this past
smile.
Friday was qualifying day. If you weren't in and qualified by this past Friday, you're not in this race.
Oh, I gotta call a friend of mine. She out in Port Orange. I gotta see if anybody jump in a race with her.
Well, I don't know if the dates were different down there.
No,
but
the date's the same. I was
it?
supposed to be at lunch right now with her. We were either going to celebrate that nobody got in and she was going to be in it or something along those lines. Not exactly sure. Yeah, so that's going to be kind of cool. But I'm just grateful that you're in it and everyone else is in it. No matter what race you are in, kudos to you for being in the race.
Yeah,
You know,
it's not
just
easy.
stepping up to the plate. It definitely is a calling. Definitely is a
Yeah.
calling.
And you have to have thick skin.
Thick skin, and a lot of prayer and a bunch of people around you to support you.
Yes,
Yeah.
very important.
All right. So last words. You excited? Looking forward to it?
I love this. I'm very excited for it. And I'm coming up on my 6-month anniversary of my wedding anniversary to
Oh,
my
that's
lovely
right.
wife Grit.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. And I have full support from her, because family support, if you don't have family support, don't even get in this, because everybody comes out after everybody. So she's fully supportive behind me, and I'm blessed and a very lucky man.
All right. Well, thank you for that. All right, guys. You know what I say? Yesterday's gone. Tomorrow's not promised. What are you going to do today? It is election season. You're going to vote, 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 vote. I'm encouraging everyone to get out and vote, especially in the primary. Have a blessed day. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.